that he can have something to speak to that. All right, roll call.
Joseph Albert,
Here.
Elizabeth Davis.
Here.
Jill Kravietz here. Jane Smith.
Here.
Donna Corbin-Spinsky.
Here.
Frank Lionel. Absent. Joseph Perillo.
All right. Fire evacuation to the rear of the building. If there's a fire or fire alarm goes off, there's 2 doors. Please exit those 2 doors and find a safe spot away from the building. To my left and your right, go down the stairs either right here or the following down the hallway and down the flight of stairs and outside the building. I stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Joe?
Yeah.
I think under the rules, we have to make a motion to put off the election. So I'm putting a motion
Okay, we're
on the floor
Can
to.
you tell me where that says that in the rules?
I have them here.
Yeah. Now, you want to show me where it says that? I just think it's due to the unfortunate death in Frank's family. I think, to give him the full opportunity to vote as a full-time member, I don't think it's that we have to do it right here and now. I believe in the past we have put it off. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think we did elections in December one time because of the issue in the past. Now, if there's something here in the bylaws that says we have to do it tonight, well, then obviously we have to do it tonight.
I think it's just the motion.
I second Jill's motion to postpone the election until our next regular meeting.
Okay. Okay. I would want to check into that, but that's my opinion. But I would like to check in with the town manager if that's possible. If we're able to postpone it to give Frank, like I said, to give Frank the opportunity to vote, I think that's only fair.
We have a motion on the floor.
We have a motion to postpone it. If we vote
Okay.
to postpone it, then it'll be done.
Okay,
Right.
that's fine.
Right. So we need a roll call? Roll call?
I do roll call? Oh. Joseph Albert?
Here.
No, yes or no?
Oh. The motion on the floor is what?
To postpone it.
Yes, I'd like to postpone it.
Elizabeth Davis?
Yes.
Jill Kravietz? No. Jane Smith?
Yes.
Donna Corbin-Spinsky?
Yes, due to the circumstances, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Motion passes.
Motion passes. With that being said, I'd like to give my condolences to the whole Limo family and Frank Limo due to the passing of his brother.
I agree.
I agree, yeah.
Thank you. Old business. DPN 2014-08-27, Hatchville Water Company, owner applicant for state mandated drainage improvement at the town farm well sites.
In your packet, at the last meeting, you had asked about the dual pipe that came from under the road, and I researched it and sent you an email, but I also put it again in your packet. It's not theirs. What I looked at is very minor and must be done anyway, so I'd like your permission to just approve it, agent approval, and, keep in touch with them and let you know what's going on.
I'll make a motion to have agent approval for the old business, the DPN 2014-0827 Hazardville Water Company drainage improvements at the town hall, our town farm well site.
Second that?
New business.
You have to vote.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Roll call again? I gotta keep this open. Joseph Albert?
Yes.
Elizabeth Davis?
Yes.
Jill Kravietz, yes. Jane Smith?
Yes.
Donna Corbin-Spinsky?
Yes.
Motion passes. All right. New business, inland wetlands, 541.02, Patrick Malloy, applicant owner. Application to add a deck to previously approved wetlands, previously approved application, inland wetlands, 541, map 63, lot 260 on the property containing wetlands and the regulated area located at 56 Farnell Lane. Great.
That's his application.
If you could just state your name and address for the record, sir.
Patrick Malloy, 56 Varno Lane, Enfield, Connecticut.
Great. All right, can you just tell me, describe to us what you propose to do?
Oh, sure, this was a house that was pre-approved to be built, and apparently on the original site plan that was drawn up, it didn't have a deck on it. So we just had to come back before the board to get the deck approved for the back.
Is there a deck, is there a, what you're showing right now, there's no deck sticking out right now, correct?
No.
'Cause on the plans, it says, it looks like it was like built with the stairs in with the original plans.
The plans that were submitted to the building department
Okay,
had the deck, and all that got approved, but then at some point, Ginny noticed that the deck wasn't on the site plan that was originally approved, and that's what created the whole problem.
all right. Ginny?
He's correct. The original approval, the one he had transferred, for those of you who were here in March, he agreed to what was there, the original approval, which didn't have a deck. And then once the deck came up, I said he needed to come back before you.
All right. Now, it looks like it's within the 100-foot area of wetlands, correct?
Yes,
All right. And if I'm not mistaken, when this house was built, or when the original plans were for this house, I think when I was on this board, I think we had them shrink the house, or they shrunk the house size because of the wetlands itself.
yes, because of the regulated area. They had, and wetlands. They had, originally it was part of a subdivision that was approved many years ago, either just before or just after wetlands, and there wasn't the 100-foot distance that there is now.
Right. And how many feet off from that is from the brook is that?
The deck,
Yeah,
about 35 feet.
35 feet. All right.
Yeah, it's just literally in the yard. It's not wet at all.
All right. Hey, Jenny, in your comments, have you looked at this site at all? Have you been out there?
Yes,
You have. Okay.
What's there now? Just grass and,
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I think one of the reasons why we had to shrink it was because it was actually encroaching in the wetlands, and we tried to keep that buffer of 100 feet within 100 foot of the floodplain. And I don't recall if that, when that was brought up to us, I don't recall if we.
the file is one of the ones that I gave you.
Okay.
It has, the original approval was, you're correct, it was brought up by Dave Frederick, and the board requested it be shrunk because of the lesser impact. They didn't want any more impact than what could be utilized.
Right. Okay. All right. Any questions for the applicant?
Was there a question last time that the deck was not attached to the home?
Yeah, that was a whole nother issue, as far as attached or detached.
An issue was for what reason?
Well, because it's a raised ranch and it has a cantilevered front and back where it sticks over a little bit, the new deck codes for building, you can't put a ledger board on a cantilevered second floor and bolt your deck and support it there. You have to basically build it as a freestanding deck, so you have to have 2 more posts up by the house with another beam. But the deck will be attached to the house, as well as the additional beam by the house for the building code portion.
Anybody else have any
The only
concerns?
other thing, I mean, at this point, there's no way to get out of the back of the house. You know, the back slider literally just,
Fall right out.
so the alternatives is we obviously would at least need stairs, which would be like a 42-inch landing. The only difference that this is doing is, instead of having the sonotubes 42 inches off the house, you know, you're just moving the sonotubes another 4 feet from where I mean, there has to be a way to get out of the house at this point, I mean.
Most like it's at this upper level, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the only thing coming down is the tubes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is there any possible way that if you could make that smaller, like maybe 6 feet or 4 feet or 6 feet rather,
Doesn't matter.
coming off of it, so we're not encroaching that, we're still within that within a 100-foot buffer, but not as much.
I mean, possibly, it was gonna be 10, I shrunk it down to 8 to get it out of the 100-year flood mark, because I thought that might be an issue.
I think there's a building code too. It has to be so depending on the doorway and the sliding glass doors.
No, it was,
Or is that changed?
originally it was stairs.
Okay.
And then when he discussed it with the building department, he thought he would put a deck on.
But doesn't the deck have to be, you have to have a certain width, a landing when you step out your door?
Probably, but that's
think
not
so.
what you're here for.
Yeah.
You're here for whether he can have a deck or not.
Well, I mean, if we shrunk it. It may
Oh,
not-
yes,
Yeah, it may
he
not.
could have a landing with stairs.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a deck, or it could be a deck. It's up to you.
8 will be a pretty narrow deck already. 6, 5, it's pretty much useless at that point.
Need to do this now.
I don't think
It has to
six.
be the width.
Yeah, I don't think 2 feet makes a difference.
No, I mean,
I just did, you know, what I'm kind of afraid of, and Jenny, maybe if it was possible, if somebody, let's say he sold a house, right? Somebody else wanted to build a deck, extend that deck. At that 10 feet, he go across the whole back of the house. Correct?
Yes.
But they have to come back, though?
They should come back. I know that lots of things have happened that have fallen through the cracks. One of the conditions I noticed when I was doing the research was he was supposed to give you 2-week updates. And I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying things fall through the cracks.
Anybody else have any comments? I need a motion on the table.
I'll make a motion to approve inland wetlands number 541-02 at 56 Farno Lane for the request for the deck.
Second? Discussion?
Any discussion? No, not this one.
Roll call?
Roll call.
Roll call. Joseph Albert,
No.
Elizabeth Davis,
Yes.
Jill Kravitz, yes. Jane Smith,
Yes.
Donna Corbin-Sabinsky,
Yes.
motion, do you say that? Motion passes.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks, folks.
thank you. Other business tonight, we've a new member. He was just appointed by the town council last night, John Hayes. And they welcome aboard. Thank you very much. All right. All right. Bond releases, we have none. Public participation. There's nobody in the audience to participate. Correspondence.
In your packets, you have the Connecticut Association of Conservation and Inland Wetlands Commission, the 37th annual meeting, which is Saturday, November 15th. Anyone who wishes to go, I need those back, and you have to choose. What I would suggest is if more than one of you are going, you'll notice that there's 4 sessions run at the same time. So I would suggest, because I've gone in the past, that if more than one person is going, they shouldn't attend the same session. That way they can, share the knowledge with the members and any handouts. But I will need this in enough time so that Barbara can do the paperwork and cut a check.
Quick question, Jeannie, is there one on the 1st also?
Yes.
November 1st?
Yeah, I thought there was something on November 1st. I think it might be the legal, I think it's a legal workshop. I will find that out, double-check it, and send it to you all in the morning.
Yeah, it's the advanced training workshop?
I believe it is. Isn't that, usually, the last time it was in Middletown, I think.
Great. I think it's in Haddam.
That's a good one to go to.
We're going to, yeah. It's when we're going to it.
I believe we're going to it. I just,
Yeah.
Jane was just reaffirming
Okay,
it, that
so
that we were doing it.
Donna, Liz, Jane, John?
First I'm hearing of it.
No,
that's-
not that
that's not
one.
this one, there's
Not that
another
one. There is, you might want to wait for the basic training, but if you don't, this is the advanced training. And it's an all-day session, and it is quite informative. It wouldn't be, something that you couldn't understand, but you would have to decide. And there is a fee, so please, if you're not going to go, you need to let me know, okay? Because we've had years where people have signed up, not from this board, but other boards, and then not come, and we don't get the money back. So I'd appreciate it if you all, think, and then let me know.
This might be a good one.
Is there a transfer, like if one person's registered, if notice, can somebody else from the board go? If something happens, if somebody backs
Oh,
out?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Commissioners' correspondence? Anybody have anything,
What, Chair, yeah. I just wanted to say that a few of us went to the Land Use Academy Commissioner Training in September. There was 2 classes. It was a great training. We had a lot of fun and learned a lot.
I have
did good.
I have to say, I went also. It was wonderful, and it was a good refresher for me. And I did learn a few things that night. But I was chuckling because the instructor noticed there was one table of ladies that was very rowdy and enjoying themselves, and he thought that was great that people were that excited about items for land use. Also, because we went and because I told him how much you all enjoyed it, he asked, they have a chance to be nominated for an award for the land use. And so I wrote a letter today, and I will let you know if I hear anything. Okay?
also, I hope I didn't leave, can't remember if I left. Liz Davis also got appointed last night as a full-time member, so congratulations.
Long overdue.
Any site visits updates?
Any what update?
Site visits? updates from any of the members?
No, but now Jane and I have an ID, so we'll start doing some site visits, I'm
There you
sure.
go. All right. Approval of minutes for September 16th. Oh, I'm
Just a
sorry.
quick question for, on the site visits, is that something that will be assigned to the
We're
members
gonna-
to be able to, are we gonna start doing that again?
Yeah, we're
I
gonna have
understand it
to-
was done in the past.
We're gonna have to go over that list, and kind of have like a workshop on it.
Yeah.
So that we just can throw the ideas out there instead.
That was gonna be my follow-up question.
Yeah. Approval of minutes for September 16th, 2014. A motion.
I'll make all the motions. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from September 16th, 2014.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye.
Just want to note, I was absent that day, but I watched the tapes and read the meeting minutes, so.
Wetlands agent report.
Okay, I don't know if you've all heard this or not, but the staff in the planning department has been depleted. We've gone from 5 to 2.
Oh.
I am one of the 2. We're all being asked to pitch in and help until other arrangements are made. I will not be going out as much. That's why I'm glad to hear that you will be going out more, and I will not be able to devote as much time in the next couple months as you are used to. I will do my best, and if there's a question that any of you have, I will research it for you. But, until we get back up to speed or they make a final decision, we kind of have to.
Did we lose, we lost some staff members?
Yes, we lost Tracy Beasley, the zoning enforcement supervisor, so I'm doing those duties for the time being. Not the boots on the ground, just the signing of the certificates and the reviewing of the building permits. We lost Rachel Blatt, the other assistant planner. And of course, we don't have a planner. Jose Geiner was replaced by Rachel, and he left, and we had an assistant planner, and then she left, so there's just myself, Courtney, Rich Metcalf, who does housing enforcement, and Barb, our secretary.
Okay,
So it will be busy up there.
I guess so.
Yeah.
All right, executive session, we have nothing at this time. New applications to be accepted.
There's 2 that are in the pipeline, but I don't have them yet. One is Moody Road, Olympia Sales, and I think it's going to be minor, and I haven't researched it to see what their original approval was. They have a retention basin, and it's overgrown, and all the materials in there have stopped up the ability for it to flow and filter. So they're going to need to do it in the wintertime, so it's least amount of impact. And what was the other one? Oh, gosh. I apologize. I don't remember the other one, but I do know Moody Road is coming in, and both of them are very minor, so I'll let you know if and when they come in.
Any, I just wanted to ask, updates on Chick-fil-A?
They came into planning and zoning for modification to, I believe, the dumpster. And I was at the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting, because they want the zoning enforcement officer there. And I'm also the aquifer protection person, so I was there to present for aquifer protection. But makes the day go by fast. They discussed the parking. Apparently, when they got their original approval, I'm just giving you an overview. This doesn't apply to wetlands, but I'm just giving you an overview. They relinquished, it was either 76 or 82 parking spaces to Chick-fil-A. And there was conversation about when they would be finished and would they consider moving the barricades closer as the holiday season shopping started. I don't think that there's, well, I know there isn't any wetlands where they are. I do know that that was the other one. Someone told me again, very unofficially, that they might be coming in to do that standalone building that was on the first set of plans that had to come off.
Yep.
If that does come to fruition, they have to come to wetlands.
Right.
That's in the floodplain, that's like really involved. So those are the only two things.
All right. We need a motion for adjournment?
Might as well stick with it. I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion, meeting's adjourned. Our next regular meeting